Hello everybody, this is Mr. Cliftron and welcome back once again to Backyard Soccer. Apologies for the delay in getting videos out. Unfortunately, I have been working very hard and there have been a lot of homework assignments that I've had to do. Even though it is the summer, I'm taking an online class, so yeah. My schedule has been a little bit off and hopefully it will return to normal soon. And I will at least get one video out each week. Also partially it was because I was lazy. But anyway, we shall continue with our division matches here with the Green Rockets and the White Melon Heads. We are, of course, the Green Rockets. So let's get started, shall we? So, I had turned off the sound. I can't remember exactly why, but that is a thing. And also, Ricky is going to go ahead and just give us a goal right here. Or not, because unfortunately we do not get that lucky. But he will almost steal the ball back. There we go. That's how he does it. He just steals that ball, passes it over to Pablo. Come on, or not. Okay, well, yeah, it's been a little bit since I've actually been playing, obviously. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about in this episode, particularly, is kind of after we get our first goal, of course, by Pablo. Yay, goal. Anyway, is kind of just the general aspects of the YouTube space at this point. So recently I went through and I was actually looking back at some of the old games that, or I was looking for some of the games that I was gonna try to let's play soon, to see if like anyone else had done them, or if they were like around and popular on the YouTube space at the moment. And I did find one of them. So one of the games that I was very interested in actually let's playing is the M&M's Lost Formulas. So it's a really old game. It was sort of an educational game. Like there were math components to it that could be turned off, but essentially it was like you go through and you do multiplication or addition and subtraction, do random things, and that's like part of the game and kind of sort of teaches you how to do that, but not really. Anyway, that was like one of my big kind of games from my past that I remember significantly. Like I would always sit there, and it was one of the challenging ones too. I mean, it's not really that easy of a game when you get like closer to the end of it. And it's a very Crash Bandicoot-esque game, so if you've ever played anything like that on the PlayStation 1 or 2, then you might know more of like kind of what it was like. But like the original Crash Bandicoot, it's a lot like that. Like there are little crates that you jump on, and they have like the same kind of perspective in some of the levels, and so basically it's just kind of it's sort of like a semi, well, this one particularly is a 3D platformer. And that's basically what the Crash Bandicoot series is too. It's like a 3D platformer, but it was sort of like built in a 2D plane to a degree. It's like a 3D platformer on rails, if you can understand that. But anyway, so that was one of the games that I was looking at, and I found it online. I forget, I think it was, nah, I can't remember the name of the YouTuber that did the videos, but either way, this is sort of kind of like, oh hey, we got a power up. Forget what that one is. It's some, I think it's like when we shoot it or pass it, it does a zigzaggy thing, kind of like the crazy ball from Backyard Baseball. Anyway, oh, that's gonna go in. Yep. Well, good thing we're up by another one. Anyway, so I'm kind of gonna bash this guy. Not really bash him. It's more like kind of me being, I don't know, like I feel like I'm gonna sound bad when I say this, because, and I don't think there's a good way to say it. It's like I feel like I'm trying to make myself sound better, or anyway, it just ignore like all of that. Essentially, I don't feel good saying this. But the guy got like he has about 20 times as many subscribers as I do. Oh, whoopsies. Oh no, we lost the power up. But anyway, he has like 20 times just the number of subscribers I do. And I think he's like 15 or 16. At least that's what it sounded like from what he was saying. And he really just, in my opinion, didn't seem like he was doing that great of a commentary. Dang it, I keep clicking off accidentally. And it would have gone in if I... Wait, there was offsides? I forgot that... Wait, that was a thing? Did not realize that. Also, I was kicking it backwards and was not paying attention to offsides. Anyway, so the guy, like, I didn't think he gave very good commentary in general. The big thing was he was doing terribly at the game, and as many YouTubers will know, or at least Let's Players, the draw to many Let's Play videos is failure. Which obviously I'm not doing right now. This one I'm doing more for nostalgia. Like the whole Backyard series, I'm doing it more to try to get nostalgia or nostalgic responses. But in general, the main thing for like YouTube videos with regards to video games is when you make it popular, it's due to failure. And the guy was failing a lot, so obviously it's something that many people would actually enjoy. And they would see his pain in doing so, and that's kind of good. I mean, that's how to make a good video. But at the same time, you have to have some sort of commentary, I think, like some sort of good, like, sort of meaningful commentary, something that gets some point across, or explains something about the game or something in your life. The biggest thing that the guy was doing, and it was a dual commentary too. So he doesn't really have much of a good excuse, but essentially he went through and we win. But the entire commentary was him talking and occasionally spouting out the name of a pizza establishment in a very odd voice. And so, hey, yay, we're up number 1, 5-0. The Wombats are 4-1. I think that we are now... Oh, we're in the indoor tournament. Yay. So that'll be coming up here soon, as you can see right there. But the like basically when I was just kind of watching the video, I just didn't see any good commentary. Essentially, the only reason I watched the video was just to go through and actually see the game again and see, you know, how he did with it and whether or not I want to go and do it myself. And the worst part about it was his last episode for that was about an hour long. And it was only an hour long because there were 2 points in the video where he, or at least 2, where he completely screwed up with editing and like cut it halfway in the middle. And, or like he cut his videos, and I think like the first half was duplicated twice, and then the second half was duplicated twice. So essentially, like, you sit there and then you see, if you're not paying as much attention, which for that long of a time period I wasn't paying much of attention to it, it just got to the point where I was listening to him talk for no particular reason. And right now I'm going to go ahead and try to play this next match. Judging by the way that this game usually works, it won't make it through, but we shall see. So hopefully, let's cross our fingers and pray that this new version of the virtual machine that I'm using actually can play this correctly. So here we go. So we're playing the Mighty Hornets now. Alright, so let's go. Let's get this done. But anyway, so that just annoyed me that, like, I spend a lot of time and effort, you know, making sure that my videos in the, like, for the most part are edited and look good and sound good. Obviously sound I can't perfect quite because I'm not the perfect listening. Well, I can't like improve my microphones as much as I would like to. It's mainly related to the direction of the microphones at this point, because I'm pretty sure you could probably hear clicking in the background of this. And especially so since I see my waveforms on my Audacity Pro, or on my Audacity like viewer right now are just gigantic. But I'm gonna try to work and fix that and make sure that it's a good video overall. But this guy was like not doing a good job at all in that department. There were multiple times where like in the series in general, like not just in the last video, where what was that? I Foul? What? That's stupid. But anyway, there were multiple times in the series where his video would cut out and just his audio would be left. And like you could hear the audio from the game, you just couldn't see the video from it. And I can understand like that sometimes, captures mess up, but if they mess up, they don't typically like leave both the video and the audio. If they mess up, they fail, and then they just like lose audio and video completely. I've had that happen quite a few times to me, and that's not fun to have to go back and do. But I mean, I definitely did it, and I just felt like it was unprofessional. And even though like most of the stuff on here, I wouldn't say like I'm a professional at this at all. But you should always have like some kind of integrity when you upload videos. And if you see that there's like a mistake in the render or something that goes on along the lines of the editing process, and you have to like change something to get it to look a little bit better or sound a little bit better, you should do that, or at least try to. And if you can't, make an explanation in the video or at the beginning or at the end as to why that happened and why you weren't able to do anything about it. So yeah, that's just my rant. And the other thing that really annoyed me was it looked like the guy was part of the Maker Studios, like YouTube conglomerate, which he must not have been able to get into that until recently. But I know I at one point was like just goofing around, and for fun I tried to do it, and they rejected me then, so I felt like at the time I was probably around where he was. I mean, maybe not as many subscribers, but I definitely have more videos than the guy does, and the only thing that I really don't have at this point that he does is a intro to videos and thumbnails, but that's mainly because I'm not as able to do a lot of that stuff at the moment just due to time constraints. And there's halftime. And it hasn't crashed yet, knock on wood. That was definitely wood that I just knocked on. If not, it's some kind of weird thing that this desk is made out of, but I'm assuming it's wood for my own sake. Anyway, essentially, my point here is, I feel like I've dedicated time to this, and while I may not have like finished my one Ghost Recon Let's Play, and that's not necessarily as professional as I guess I wanted it to be. Not many people were watching it, and so it was more of a time-saving thing for my part. And if anybody wants me to start it back up, I can. It's more of a personal thing, though. It's like, should I do something if there's no one watching it, and use that time up for that when I would have used it for like studying or trying to program another game or something myself. So that's kind of where I'm at with that. But yeah, so that's just the general feelings that I've currently been holding towards certain YouTube practices, I guess. It's more so like just the fact that I've been doing it for long enough that I wonder why things aren't really like different, I guess, at this point. I mean, it makes sense that people will have certain draws to different things, and maybe he's done games that I haven't, that more people are interested in seeing, or things along that line. But one of the things that I've been really wanting to do is get good audience interaction, or at least be able to reach out to the audience and ask and say, all right, what do you want, and how can I best do that for you? So that's one of the things that I think is really important in today's YouTube, essentially, like making sure that you're catering to your audience, knowing what they want and doing it for them. Some of the people that I really admire actually for that are the Inside Gaming crew from Machinima. One of the big things that they always do is ensure, like, or recently one of the biggest things that they've been doing is talking about monetization in like with videos, and the ideas that are currently being held in like the YouTube space with with regards to like the use of monetization and who should get money and things for making videos of games and making let's plays and getting the views. and things along those lines. And they always are upfront and say, you know, we don't get paid specifically for any videos that we make. We always get paid salaries, and they do that kind of thing. And that's very good for them to, you know, come out and definitely say, all right, yes, this is exactly what we're talking about. We aren't getting paid anything by the people that we make videos of their games or anything like that, and we just make the money that we make from the studio, and the studio gets paid the money that we would have made from the video, whatever. Um, and then they talked about the whole Yogscast thing with making deals with specific companies to get videos made for games, and how they split the revenue and everything. And I could go on that topic for a long time, because I have some very interesting, or well, I'm very interested in that aspect of video games, and you know, making the videos, because I've always seen Let's Plays as kind of a form of advertisement in a sense. But it's very complicated and messy and very politically charged, I guess. But anyway, that's basically going to end this video off, and we won 8-0. Let's see, who is that? Yeah, against the last place team. It makes sense. And also, if we go back, we can see that the All-Stars are now 5-1, and they are in the indoor tournament, which will be coming up soon. And the Wombats are also in, or not in the tournament. They are 4-2, so they lost their last game. And we will actually, you know, we'll go ahead really quick, and I'll make it a long video, and we'll go try to get through this next game as well, just so that we, instead of, you know, going and making separate videos, or making a video when we start the indoor tournament, I'll just go ahead and do this, and we'll go straight through the indoor tournament on the next episode. So anyway, me thinking on the fly here. So yeah, I guess I can go into sort of my views of like video monetization kind of in today's day and age. Essentially, so Yogscast has done this thing where they are starting to charge certain percentages, I believe, for making videos with like specific games. Now I think that that's a little bit wrong. So, they were trying to do something. It wasn't percentages of views. It was percentages of sales of the game. So they were like, all right, well, we are an advertising partner, essentially, and they wanted to then make money off of the sales of the game for their videos, judging by the difference in sales. And hey, that's surprising. We actually are going to be kicking a penalty kick. I don't know how to do this. We'll go ahead and do that. We'll curve it left and kick it.
Oh,
and
wow.
I did not know how to do that.
Sorry. Oh, no.
I really don't know how to do that. I might be really messed up in a case of sudden death. But anyway, we get the ball back anyway, so it's alright. So the deal was, like, they would make the video, and then after the video was made, they would look at sales and take a percentage of the sales that, like, were kind of in addition to the traditional, or to the trend that the video had, or the video game had currently been on. So for example, if the video game was selling at like 10 units per day before the video, and then was selling 15 units per day after the video, the Yogscast members would take a certain percentage from the 5 games that were sold extra per day. I believe that's what it was. Don't quote me on that. I could be very wrong. I haven't read through everything in its entirety yet, so I may definitely be misleading you. And they have just tied us, so that's not good. They are evil, crazy fishes. But yeah, so that is, in my opinion, a very, very horrible thing to do. And this is why it's bad. The main reason is, first of all, you're talking about taking percentages from games from the work that someone else has done. I mean, so somebody else did all of the work for that particular game. They made it. If it's good, then it's good. It should get the sales that it deserves. If it's bad, well, then nobody's gonna buy it. But I mean, that's just how it's gonna go. You may make a video for it either way. It honestly doesn't matter whether or not it does better or worse, because that's just the way that it works. And you're already getting paid, essentially. So for those of you who may not know kind of how YouTube works, what they have is they have the AdSense system, which basically lets people that create content on YouTube just add the ads to their videos, like I have been doing, and then eventually, like those videos will make some money, because people will watch the ads. The ads then are being paid for by companies to Google, and Google will give percentages of that ad revenue to the people that make the videos. And so I really haven't gotten much of it. Like, in all the time that I've been here, I haven't gotten even $100, and that's that's the minimum amount that you need for payout. But I'm not complaining, because I don't really need the money at the moment. I can just do this for fun and, use it as my own thing. Granted, I would like to, maybe get some money from ad revenue. I think that would be cool to have, and to say, hey, I got money from making videos on YouTube. I think that would be a very interesting thing to be able to say, when you're doing the icebreakers at random places. But the big thing really for me right now is just making the videos. But a lot of people nowadays are using YouTube as essentially their entire income. And that's fine. But again, the content that you create is the thing that you're creating. You are not in any way creating things on the video or on the video games, so you should not be then paid for helping that video game, do well by getting percentage of video game sales. That's kind of what my opinion on it is. Anyway, I mean, when you think about it even further, you're talking about people making videos off of content that other people have made. So technically, you're already, in a way, getting lucky by the fact that people aren't going out and saying, no, you can't make a video on that because that's the content that I own. I made that, so no, that's for a completely different purpose. And that's true, and that's been one of the big kind of issues in the Let's Play space. So a while ago, like, Sopa and Pippa, with the kind of advent of those, was really one of the biggest kind of scares to the Let's Play community, because that could have really spelled the end of like videos of video games on YouTube. We haven't seen that yet. That may very well happen still. But in addition, there were a few things that went on a long time ago, even before Sopa and Pippa, with Ubisoft, I believe it was. So Ubisoft actually was really awesome. What they had done is, supposedly, I think somebody had, or somehow something had gotten copyright striked on somebody's video, and it was an Ubisoft game that they had made a video of. They then went to Ubisoft and asked, hey, we were making these videos, is that okay? Can we, get this copyright strike taken off? And they essentially then had said, yes, that is okay, and endorsed Let's Plays. So a lot of companies will still say, yes, Let's Plays are allowed, and a lot of them will not complain about the use of their stuff in Let's Plays, because in essence, it gets them more advertising, and that gets the game out there. So, like, for example, the CNNers and all of the really big kind of YouTube gaming people have helped games to actually get much better. For example, like Gary's Mod. I mean, Gary's Mod and even Minecraft. Minecraft really was also very successful, mainly because of the videos that were created online. And that's where, like, Yogscast is really kind of taking their idea, is that they help to accelerate the actual popularity of games such as Minecraft, and it's because of them they think that the games are like doing so well. It may be true that they were a factor in that, but I still don't believe that it's correct for them to go out and do that, because they are currently getting money from ad revenue or from some other kind of conglomerate or agreement with Google that gets them enough money already, and then they also have their own merchandising thing. So it's not like they're really in any need for money. And hey, what do you know? Dear Coach, Mr. Cliftron, congratulations? No. Yeah, excuse me. Congratulations on your progress this season. You and your team have been selected to complete my words and my just no, not today. You have been selected to compete in the Off the Wall Indoor Invitational. This exciting tournament will challenge your team to master indoor soccer. Good luck. Accept or decline. Well, you didn't even ask us in that video or in that. Wow. Yeah, my brain is just completely messed up. Today we had a big company picnic with everybody from the company that I work for, and that was and currently it's over 6,000, maybe close to 7,000 people. Anyway, I'm kind of tired. So we will accept, but I think it's interesting they give us the option to decline. Anyway, sincerely, Mr. Clankgate, President, Backyard Soccer League. Alright, we've accepted. So we will be going to the indoor tournament along with the turf mowers. Interesting. Well, we're in here with the wombats. Anyway, the Super Duper All Stars and the Junior Monsters, and then the Hat Tricksters, the Abominable Cherry Pickers, and oh gosh, that scrolling sound, and the Rug Burners and Turf Mowers. So we will be playing the Turf Mowers to advance to the semifinals, and then we will be playing somebody in the finals. We'll see who that will be next time. So yes, we'll go ahead and do 3 games next time as well. But anyway, thank you all for watching. Sorry for all the ranting that I've been doing, but you know, I appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos and actually listen to my commentary on life and the YouTube world. If you have any questions or any comments for me, you know, put them in the comments. It's kind of what they're for. And if you would like to suggest anything or ask that I not say things politically charged, feel free to do so. Anyway, that's about it. So, adios.